creativity to me is using your imagination in like everyday life and situations.
Para mí la creatividad sería pensando en asociar el juego con las normas. Es decir, ver algo que ya tenemos ya implantado en la mente, que ya tenemos algo por normal, que podemos jugar con esta normalidad, digamos, las normas, para encontrar algo nuevo. Entonces, la creatividad tiene que ver con lo nuevo, pero puede ser ver algo que vemos cada día y ponerlo de otra forma y ya vemos un cambio o ver este objeto de otra forma. Y para mí eso sería la creatividad, es pensar de otra manera, pensar de una forma que rompe las normas, la tradición, lo concreto que esperamos cada día, digamos.
I would say the places where I've been able to show my creativity mostly have been here at Doane. Through my academic career, I've been here at Doane. So in my conservation biology class, I try to have the students carry out a number of projects that are in different media styles, because I want not only for those students to walk out with a literacy of all these different ways of communication, but also allows my brain to try different things. Fortunately or unfortunately, my students become guinea pigs for my little mental experiments, but those are the places I've really been able to be creative. And I would say in all my courses, I try to do something unexpected for the students. So one course I taught was an interturn course about hip-hop, and I brought my turntables in, and so I think I wanted to have the students get a chance to try this out and realize that it was something not completely inaccessible. In my comparative anatomy class, again, for better or for worse, I had my students read a lot of research papers, and I don't think anybody really expected that level of work in that particular medium. I think the expectation was it's an anatomy class, so I have to learn a lot of parts of organisms. So I try to do unexpected things in all my classes.
Pues aquí en Down tomé la clase de mercadeo, la cual tuve que inventar un producto nuevo.
I would say my creative outlet is just like doodling constantly and drawing all the time. And it impacts my daily life because I doodle in a form of like notes and just get ideas on paper. And so now I have a reference onto what I did that day and things I've learned, just things like that.
Me gusta mucho la tecnología y siempre intento aprender más con la tecnología, sea el uso de Photoshop o iMovie. Siempre me gusta ver cómo puedo hacer algo. En la escuela graduada, por ejemplo, trabajaba en la creación de materiales para la enseñanza. Y uno de mis proyectos favoritos era hacer un sitio web, una página web donde yo diseñé todo. Y tenía que enseñarme HTML, todo eso, cómo hacer básicamente una página web. Yo no sabía nada, así que tenía que explorar, buscar usando Google. Entonces, en ese sentido, yo diría que en mi vida diaria uso la creatividad en términos de la tecnología. ¿Cómo puedo seguir aprendiendo? Una de mis metas en la vida es siempre estar actualizado con la tecnología. Es decir, que si sale Twitter, yo quiero saber cómo funciona Twitter. Si sale otro programa en el futuro, que yo sé si usar este programa. que siempre estoy aprendiendo. Entonces no sé si eso sería creativo, pero creo que podría decir aprender es ser creativo.
Que puede ser ambas, pero si no es instintivo, pues puedes aprenderlo a través de la vida. Aprendes cómo hacer las cosas de una manera más creativa.
I don't think creativity is learned per se. Um, so I would say that creativity is instinctive, but I would say that everybody has it. Um, and um, I think the toughest thing is to, the thing that where, the toughest thing for people to do is be comfortable being creative. And because the biggest risk with being creative is the risk of failure, something a picture that you have in your head of how something should run, not having that picture sort of come to fruition. And so I think creative people are thought of generally as artists and musicians, and I think it's because they're willing to try to manifest their ideas outwardly. And most people, I think, are scared to do that, and so they don't because they're scared to fail at those creative outlets. So I think it's instinctive. I think the thing that's learned is and it takes a while to unlearn it, is you have to be comfortable with failure. You have to be comfortable letting go of what if it goes wrong. And so that's the part of creativity that I think is learned, is color within the lines. Here's the right way to do it. And so you're told a right and wrong answer, especially in those sorts of creative outlets. And so I think that really builds up a fear of, again, coloring outside the lines, for lack of a better phrase. And so that's the part of creativity, or that's the impediment to creativity that I think is learned.
Pues creo que haciendo que las personas se motiven de una manera creativa para que puedan continuar con su vida diaria.
I would say the ways that I plan to be creative is really to continue what I've been doing. Try to experiment in the classroom, and try different things. Try different things in the classroom. The reason I think that is an important outlet is because the minute I get complacent with, or the minute I stop trying things in the classroom, the minute I stop trying to be creative in the classroom, then I'm going to get bored myself, and then my passion for teaching, my passion for biology is not going to be seen by my students. Whereas if I'm trying new things, then if something works, I can be outwardly surprised, and my students can see that. Whereas if I know, well, this is how this runs, and this is, if I just keep doing the same thing over and over again, eventually, yeah, there'll be small changes, but eventually I'll get bored with the idea, and then that boredom is going to pervade my classroom, and then that's going to infect my students. But if I'm keeping myself on my toes and trying things, then my students are going to see that I'm staying excited, and I think that will help them stay excited and engaged.
Yo soy creativo.
I am creative.
Yo soy creativo.
I am creative.